Hey everybody, I hope that you're well and also hope that you are having a good day so far. Today we'll be doing our grade 3 English lesson on capitalization. And before we start, we're going to log on to aplusstudents.ca. Once we've logged on to aplusstudents.ca with our username as well as our password, and then we're going to select the subject of English Language Arts grade 3. All right. And we're going to scroll down up until we get to the chapter of capitalization. All right. So our chapter is capitalization. Our subject is English Language Arts, grade 3. And the lessons that we are going to be focusing on under the chapter of capitalization is to capitalize the names of people and pets and titles of respect. And we need to capitalize days, months, and holidays. All right. So when it comes to capitalizing, right? Remember, capitalizing is where we need to write certain words with a capital letter, right? And and we know that yes, a sentence starts with a capital letter, and the sentence it ends with an end mark, whether it is period, whether it is an exclamation mark, or whether it's a question mark, right? All right. So we said that our lessons are capitalizing the names of people and pets and titles of respect. And we're also going to capitalize days, months, and holidays. So we capitalize names of people and pets, right? So names of people and your animal, your pet at home, right? So we then capitalize a title. Let's say, for example, before we go to titles of respect, we first capitalize the names of people and we capitalize pets. All right. So when we capitalize names of people and pets, like for example, if we were to capitalize my name, because remember we capitalize names of any person, anything, right? Any person's name or any person's surname. So if you write, for example, Nadine, then Nadine needs to be capitalized. Capitalized in Nadine. So Nadine, Anna, James, these are all names of people and we need to capitalize it. And that basically still keeps the respect. And then we also need to capitalize names of our pets. So if you, for example, just say, so if you, for example, just say, my dog is, it's a dog, it's a cat, it's a mouse, without stating the actual name. All right, so we made mention of names. Now, if we were to mention pets, names of pets, can maybe be Snoopy, is the name of a dog, cute name. We have Rex, the name of a dog, cute name. We have Fluffy, right? So that is examples of. All right. So we also need to capitalize, right, the titles of respect if it is used with a name or as a name, right? So that is titles of respect. So we do not capitalize the title of respect if it is used as a common noun. Remember, we only capitalize something that is proper noun, right? All right, so we see that we even capitalize titles of respect if it's used with a name or as a name. And if we look at titles of respect, right, we have President Nixon, and you see even the word President Nixon is capitalized, or Dr. Chin, right, because we are making mention of a doctor. We are going to a doctor. All right, let's go to Dr. Chin. So, which means that the name, like President Nixon, or the name Dr. Chin, right? All right. And we say that if we, for example, capitalize the titles of respect, if it's used with a name or as a name, like Dr. Chen, President Nixon, Minister right? But now, if, let's say, for example, we make mention of, let's say, President Nixon or Dr. Chen or Dr. somebody, right? But now, like we said, that if, let's say, for example, we're talking about President Nixon or President Obama or President, whatever the name of the president is, right? We capitalize that name. But as soon as we, for example, just give, if we just say the president or we say a president, then we don't capitalize that word, right? It's the same like Dr. Chin. Dr. Chin, Dr. Abrams, or we say Dr. somebody, right? But as soon as we just say, no, I'm going to the doctor, so then if we, for example, make mention of a doctor, then we just say the doctor, the president, the nurse, for example, right? But we don't, then we, for example, write it in lowercase because now there is no really much respect. I wouldn't say it's no respect put on the name, but it is not a name. It now just becomes a common noun of saying, oh no, that is the president. Oh no, that is the doctor. I'm going to see the president because he's going to be at the square or something like that, right? But if you make mention of their name, all right, so then we also capitalize the names of months, days of the week, as well as holidays, right? And when we capitalize months, days of the week, months of the year, we capitalize holidays, basically only special holidays, not all holidays, right? Then we include words like day and eve. So our days of the week, months of the year also needs to be capitalized. So we see that they are, if we were to capitalize the months of the year, there are 12 months in a year, starting from January, February, March, April, May, June, July, August, September, October, November, December. And that is our 12 months in the year. So we said that our months of the year, we literally just made mention of the 12 months in the year. And now we have our days of the week. And we see that there are 7 days in the week, which is Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, right? And if we, for example, make mention of the months of the year, let's say, for example, you were to write down when it's your birthday, right? And then you're going to say, for example, either 18th July and the year that you were born, right? So when we write down the months of the year or write down the days of the week, then it means that we are going to capitalize those words. It needs to be written with a capital letter. So when we capitalize the months and days of the week, we also need to capitalize holidays, right? So with us having our months of the year, which is our 12 months of the year, we have our 7 days of the week, right? With our 7 days of the week as well as our months of the year, during the year, we also have special holidays. And these special holidays, right? It's either public holidays where you stay, it's either a national thing where everybody all over the world celebrates this holiday, or it is maybe things, certain holidays that is only for people within your, let's say, your country or your state, right? So we have our holidays also. All right. So when we, for example, let's look at the word Christmas, right? If we look at the word Christmas Day, then we need to, let's say Christmas, which is the 25th, which is in December, right? And then we're going to have to say Christmas plus the word day. We capitalize the word day, right? If we want to include or make mention of a holiday, then we're going to say Easter, right? Or we can say it is Good Friday, depending. But these words need to be capitalized because it is special holidays. So we capitalize our names, we capitalize the days of the week, months of the year, right? As well as holidays. All right. And remember, we need to use words also like Eve. Like, for example, we can say New Year's Eve, Christmas Day, Christmas Eve, instead of saying Christmas Day. We can say Christmas Eve, New Year's Day, or New Year's Eve, right? Eve basically just means it is the day before that specific day. So if we say New Year's Eve, then it means that it is the day before New Year's Day. All right, so which means that if we look at these words, we need to capitalize, for example, then we capitalize names of people, we capitalize pets, we capitalize titles of respect, right? And we capitalize your name. Remember, your name is important. Any person's name, even if you were to write my name, your parents' name, your teachers at school's name, their names needs to be capitalized. Whether it's your first name, second name, surname, needs to be capitalized. Pets, all right? If you just make mention, if you just say my dog, my cat, my snake, then that is not capitalized. But as soon as you give them a name like Spotty or Snoopy or Rex or Fluffy, you naming your dog, right? You give the name of your dog, then that is capitalized, right? All right. So now let's go to A plus students.ca, where we are going to capitalize the names of people and pets and titles of respect. All right. So if we look over here, right, it says we can choose the correct capitalization if needed. If the sentence is already correct, they don't make any changes, right? So here we're basically going to correct our sentences by capitalizing it, right? Or choosing the correct capitalization. So it says, our friend Dean is quite tall. We need to choose the word or the correct word that we are going to have to capitalize within that sentence. All right. And if we were to choose the correct capitalization, and then we're going to say, our friend Dean is quite tall, which means that Dean is basically somebody's name, and it means that we need to capitalize that name. So we are going to write it as capitalize D for Dean. Yes, well done. Dean is correct. It says we need to choose the correct capitalization if needed, right? It says last year their brother swam across the river. Their brother swam across the river. So yeah, I don't think we actually have something that we need to capitalize. It says brother, but I mean like brother we don't capitalize because it's in the middle of a sentence. The next one says my dog Buster got in trouble when he chewed up a shoe. My dog Buster. What is the name of the dog that needs to be capitalized? Brother is correct. We need to capitalize number three. Which one is the name of the dog? My dog Buster got in trouble when he chewed up a shoe. But remember, you need to write it with a capital letter. All right, and if we were to choose the correct one, then Buster is a dog. And Buster is the name of our dog, right? And we say that the names of pets needs to be capitalized. Names of people needs to be capitalized also, right? Sorry. All right, so now we're going to our test where we are going to capitalize the names of people and pets and titles of respect. All right, we need to choose the correct capitalization if needed, all right? If the sentence is already correct, then we do not make any changes. It says, I voted for Carter for class president. So we need to capitalize or choose the correct capitalization era or capitalize the word that needs capitalization. Is it Carter, option one, or is it class? I voted for Carter for class president. Is it Carter option one or class option one that needs to be capitalized? So we are choosing the correct capitalization if needed. All right. And if we were to choose our correct word that needs capitalization, and then yes, we choose Carter. So Carter, we just have to write with a capital letter. So option one is correct. The next one says, I was walking quickly and ran into Franklin. I was walking quickly and ran into Franklin. We need to choose the correct capitalization if needed. Is it option one, Franklin, or option two, was? So do we, it says, I was walking quickly and ran into Franklin. We need to choose the correct word that needs capitalization. Is it option one, Franklin, or option two, was? And if we were to choose the correct one, where it says, I was walking quickly and ran into Franklin. And if we were to choose the word that needs to be capitalized, then yes, it is Franklin. And we even need to write Franklin with a capital letter F, because that is the name of a person. So well done. Option one is correct. Yes, Franklin is correct. My friend Bonnie plays the organ and the piano. So my friend Bonnie plays the organ and the piano. And if we were to choose the correct one, then we will choose option one. Yes, because Bonnie is the name of a person. Bunny's the friend, right, that plays the organ and the piano. Well done. So it says, who is the tall girl next to Rita? Is it option one, girl, or option two, Rita? Who is the tall girl next to Rita? We need to choose or we need to capitalize the great word. All right, so if we were to choose the correct one, yes, we will say, who is the tall girl next door? Rita, because Rita is the name of the tall girl next door. Well done. It says, my dog, Scooter, got in trouble when he chewed up a shoe. So my dog, Scooter, got in trouble when he chewed up a shoe. Is it Scooter or is it dog? Remember, we said that with option two, if we, for example, say I have a dog, I have a cat, I have a mouse, then that is not that is not a proper noun, which means that we do not capitalize those words, right? But if you name your dog, you give the name of your pet, then the name of the pet needs to be capitalized. And if we were to choose the name of the pet, right? The name, sorry, of the dog, and then we say it is Scooter. Scooter's the name of the dog. Yes, option one. Well done. Option one is correct because that is the name of the animal or the name of the dog. Now we're going to capitalize days of the week, months of the year, as well as special or certain holidays, right? And we said we capitalize the months, days of the week, and holidays, including words like day and even and Eve, sorry, right? Like New Year's Eve, Christmas Day, right? Those are words that we need to capitalize. All right, let's go to our text. It says, I forgot my book bag on the bus on Tuesday. I forgot my book bag on the bus on Tuesday. So now we need to write that word in blue correctly. Are you writing it like option one or option two? I forgot my book bag on the bus on Tuesday. So Tuesday, do we choose option one, option two to write the correct word? All right. And if we were to choose the correct capitalization, then it's going to be option two, which is Tuesday. Tuesday is capitalized. All right. The next one says, did you see the parade on St. Patrick's Day? So St. Patrick's Day, that's in blue. How are we going to write that properly? Is it option one or like option two? St. Patrick's Day. Option one or option two? How are we going to write this correctly? All right. And if we were to choose the correct way in which we're going to write it, then it's going to be option two, because St. Patrick's Day is a special holiday, I think in Ireland or something, and we need to capitalize that holiday. So option two is correct. The next one says, in our country, people have celebrated Veterans Day since 1919, many years ago. So, Veterans Day, how are we going to write Veterans Day? Is it like option one or option two? So, Veterans Day, do we write it as option one or do we write it like option two? Veterans Day as a holiday. All right, and if we were to choose the correct one, then yes, we're going to choose option two. Because remember, we said even words like day and eve needs to be capitalized, right? So option two for Veterans Day, which is a holiday that is being celebrated in since 1919. My brother was born the first week of April. My brother was born the first week of April. So April, how are we going to write April? Is it like option one or option two? All right, so the word April, how are we going to write it correctly with its capitalizations or not? Is it like option one or option two? And if we were to choose the correct one, then yes, option two is correct, which is April. That is a month of the year. All right, let's do the last one. We watch fireworks by the river on Independence Day. So the word Independence Day, how are we going to write it correctly? Is it like option one, Independence Day, or option two, Independence Day? So Independence Day, do we write it like option one or do we write it like option two? This is the last one. Independence Day. All right, and if we choose the correct one, it is option two. Yes, and that is Independence Day. All right, so this is now the end of our lesson on capitalization. We said that we capitalize names of people, pets, titles of respect, like doctor, the name of the president, Doctor. We also capitalize the days of the week. We have 7 days of the week, and we capitalize the months of the year. We have 12 months in the year, and we capitalize holidays. And when we capitalize holidays, then we also capitalize words like day as well as eve. All right, so this is now the end of our lesson. Thank you very much, grade threes, for joining the class, and I really hope that you're going to have a good evening further. Goodbye.